Hey everybody, I wanted to make a video today to talk about a new game that I've been playing, Elder Scrolls Legends, which is a card game based on the Elder Scrolls world. It's free to play from Bethesda, obviously. In terms of complexity, it probably sits somewhere between Hearthstone and Magic card games. It shares a lot of similar mechanics, and just the depth of your strategy is going to be about halfway between those two games I mentioned. Less RNG than Hearthstone, but not as much depth or, I guess, knowledge of a variety of cards as is required in Magic. It's got a really nice single-player campaign in the story mode with an additional expansion pack that you can get a campaign with for like 20 bucks. One thing that's new is, or at least the new concept I've seen, is that you can actually do a solo arena. So versus arena is been around in Hearthstone for a long time, but solo arena you can play against the AI with a deck that you draft and win rewards just like an arena based on how many wins you can get before you get 3 losses. As well, you have your standard play modes where you can play normal against an opponent or in a ranked game versus an opponent. So just like in the Skyrim world, the Elder Scrolls world, you get to pick your class and or your racial, I guess I should say, your race, and then based on that race you get different bonuses and different legendaries. So at like level 24 and 36, as you level up, you'll get a legendary card and your race will affect those. So I'll provide a link to the list of those legendaries in the comments. And one strategy that I've read about is that you can be whatever race you want to, basically, but if you have a specific legendary you want, you can switch to the race that can get that legendary at level 23, and then when you level up you'll be able to snag it. So going into the card mechanics a little bit, you can see the different schools they have up here. So red is classified as strength, and that's your typical kind of aggro Hulk smash type deck. Lots of weapons in there and stuff like that. Orcs are kind of the race in there where you can get a lot of them together and they can buff each other. Blue is intelligence. This is your mage caster kind of school. Yellow, this is going to be kind of your lots of mobs together and kind of giving them small buffs. It's willpower. Green is agility. This is like your lethal, sneaky assassin type class where they can get bonuses with pilfer every time they attack an enemy. They have lethal ability, which basically, as long as you do at least 1 damage to an opponent, thing will kill them. So green's kind of that assassin type class. Purple is endurance. This is has a lot of ramp options, a lot of tank options, things like that. Dual basically means there's 2 colors on a given card, and then neutral is colorless. So you can have a maximum of 2 colors per deck, which is unlike Magic where you can basically have an unlimited number. It is possible to have a monochrome deck or just 1 color, but when you start off you're probably not going to have the minimum required 50 cards to be able to go monochrome. So yeah, when you build a deck you can you have to have a minimum of 50. You can go up to 70, but it's almost always a good idea to only have 50 to make sure that you're more likely to get your most valuable cards in your deck build. Okay, so going and looking real quick at how the games are set up, there is one new mechanic, and it's basically the lanes. So this is just against an AI class, but the way this works, that's different than like Hearthstone, say, or Magic issue. You have 2 lanes. So
they will bow
some of the
to
AI
the
lanes are kind of weird, but the standard setup is going to be a field lane on your left and a shadow lane on your right. And the way that this works is that when you come into a shadow lane, you're going to have stealth automatically, which means your creature can't be manually attacked by a creature from your opponent. They're still vulnerable to spells and activated abilities, things like that, but you can't be directly attacked. If you do go second, you get this ring thing, which basically lets you activate once per turn, 3 different turns to get 1 extra mana. So it's kind of your consolation for going second. It's fairly strong, considering in Hearthstone you only get like 1 extra mana once. So it could be a considerable bonus. Field is just like a standard lane. You can use activated abilities between lanes, but a creature in the field lane can't manually attack a creature in the shadow lane and vice versa. So that's kind of the... Well, let's see, what else can I cover? Oh yeah, mana. So you obviously increment 1 mana per turn, assuming you don't have any kind of special ramp deck. The colors here will indicate what colors your deck are. That can be useful when you're trying to determine if you need to, you know, be ready to deal with fast aggro, or if you're going to be playing against control, that kind of thing. These icons let you view your discard pile and how many cards are remaining in your deck. You have 5 runes, and every time you lose 5 health, so at 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, you destroy a rune. And when a rune is destroyed, you get to draw a card. So there is some strategy that you need to consider about making sure that you're ready for your opponent to be able to draw a card by attacking them. So you might, you know, it might not always be the best idea to hit face just because you can. You might want to make sure you really have solid control before you start giving your opponent tons of cards to draw through. Anyway, I've really enjoyed the game so far. Nothing too groundbreaking. I wish they would add a mill deck or option. I haven't really found one yet. That's one of my favorite kinds to play. But there is a lot of variety and options to play both single player versus the computer, as well as against other players. So I'll probably be making some more videos for this game down the road, maybe doing like a arena draft, or, you know, showcasing a deck if I find one I really like. So give the game a try. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below, and again, I'll try to leave that link that shows the legendary bonuses for the races in the YouTube comments. Thanks for watching.